Alrighty, everyone. Now you can hear me. Yeah. All right. Welcome back. This is the June. We're in June, but this is the July. Uh, oh goodness. Somebody did not have Twitch muted there. This is the July virtual D&D weekend announcement stream, um, and beyond. So, super excited to have you all here. Time is indeed an illusion, but we have made it. Spencer and I have a lot to share in a fairly small time period here. To kind of get into it, we're going to talk about our charity for the month, what we're going to be streaming this month, some community game days stuff, some rewards programs that we have. We are, of course, going to do a giveaway for tickets to the July virtual D&D weekend. Talk a little bit about the games that will be available in July, Spencer. Um, don't do that to me.
I've
Uh,
still left things right now, right?
and then what you can expect in August and September. Sorry, I'm griping about Spencer. There are notes here, and they were wrong because we're humans. But that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Talk a little bit about our charity for the month, Spencer.
Yes, this month we have chosen another excellent charity. We have decided to partner with the Equal Justice Initiative. EJI is a charity that's committed to ending mass incarceration and excessive punishment in the United States. They challenge racial and economic injustice, protecting basic human rights for the most vulnerable people in American society. We try and pick something unique and valuable every month, and this is the one that was unanimously decided on this month.
Yeah, and for those of you located in the southwest region of the U.S., EJI is headquartered there in Montgomery, Alabama, where they have an amazing museum as well as a memorial that's really just touching. It's hard to see though. But yeah, highly recommend checking out that charity. Something I feel super strongly about. Getting into what we're going to be streaming this month, we've got some exciting plans in the works for some other stuff, but we're not quite ready to reveal details on that yet. Waiting on some final boxes to be ticked by the powers that be so that I can release all of this exciting information that I have been holding in. I know Spencer's having a difficult time with it too because we're just so excited to share this for you. However, something that we can share is, of course, we are having our monthly chat about segment. And this month, we're going to be chatting with the amazing Teos Abadea. So we are looking forward to that. Um, and I suspect that there will be flumps at some point in there. So bring your best flump questions. Um, yeah, so memorial for what? We got a great question there. So it is the National Memorial for Peace and Justice. It opened in 2018. It's dedicated to the legacy of enslaved Black people, all peoples who've been terrorized by lynching, African Americans, racial segregation, Jim Crow, and just the general history of this country, and especially in that region, how justice system hasn't always been exactly stellar for everyone. So equal justice. Great question though. Thanks, Blue Turtle. Alrighty. Aside from the uh, chat about series, we are also super excited to be launching our new monthly actual play stream for the Moonshades. That is going to start on July 27th. Fingers crossed, nothing happens with that. It is going to be set in the Moonshade Isles, of course, as I just said. It is an exciting brand new storyline that you will only see here on our Baldman Games Twitch channel and then on YouTube and wherever else people decide to post it. It's going to be DM'd by our very own Paul Gabat, amazingly talented. All right, we're just gonna give someone there the boot. There we go. Amazingly talented DM, author, designer, just a great fellow human based in the Philippines. So we're super excited to have Paul on board for that. And we're going to be revealing the cast approximately, one a week until the show starts. So you could be looking for that over on all of our socials. Um, and there will, of course, it's going to be live, so there's going to be opportunities for you to interact with the game, influence the story, and just be involved with it. I know I'm super excited for it personally. Um, let's see, what else do we have upcoming? Baldman Games Community Game Days, Spencer. That's something new. You want to talk about that?
I'm super excited about this. This is a new thing that we've been working on for a little bit. We've had a lot of requests from members of the community who want to DM to show us what they can do, and we haven't had a good way to do that. So what we came up with is we're going to host a weekend where you can DM games for free on our community server for our community. The games will be free. It's just for fun. People can play, and you can show the players and us what you can do as an online DM. It's not a tryout for Baldwin Games. There's no guarantee you're going to get a gig with us afterwards, but it will give us a chance to see what you can do. And if there's a position, then we'll have a better idea of your capabilities. But it's really just for fun and to share your joy of DMing with your fellow players and for them to be able to share their joy of playing with you.
And you don't have to DM Baldman Games content, right? You can
No,
DM any D&D.
any D&D, doesn't matter the edition, doesn't matter if it's Adventurers League, homebrew, whatever you like. It has to meet our community guidelines. There's no, murder all the children hobos are us. Adventures can be for anyone.
Yeah, no.
But beyond that, as long as it's reasonable, we're gonna probably give it a stamp.
And we're
But
going to
these
put those community guidelines out where everyone can see them. So
we
when
will.
you're preparing your content, you'll know exactly like what's good and what's no go.
Yes, the application form along with the guidelines will be published later this evening through our usual channels.
All right, perfect. So that's one fun thing that we're gonna do.
Very excited.
But people have been asking for some sort of reward system because we've got a lot of very loyal players who come back month after month after month, and they want to know, like, I mean, not that playing in the games isn't rewarding itself, uh, but is there anything else we can do for them? And there is. We have come up with a new reward system, which we are calling Dragon Marks, not to be confused with Dragon Marks, the tattoos. Um, Alan's
Two
too far
words:
away.
Dragon Marks.
Yeah, two words, Dragon Marks. They are marks of dragon. And you get these rewards for playing with us. You're going to earn one per game that you play with us with a paid ticket. So every game that you play with us that you bought the ticket for, that it wasn't given to you, or however else you may have come upon it, won in the giveaway, something like that, then you get a dragon mark, and you can redeem those for the chance to buy unique merchandise or get advance access to buy tickets for special games, or other things that we might come up with as the program kind of grows. And of course, we are happy to hear your suggestions on that. That said, if your suggestion is, I'd like these dragon marks to be redeemed for free games, so we're not doing that. Um, these are to get you access to stuff rather than um, like a straight monetarily. They have no money value, so you can't.
Yeah.
That's something we wanted to kind of cut out to reduce, people kind of gaming the system and ruining it for everyone. But we're going to start that this month. So anyone who buys a ticket or multiple tickets for the July virtual D&D weekend will go ahead and earn themselves some dragon marks. You want me to click the button on the giveaway now?
Yeah, yeah, do it.
All right. You want to tell everyone the rules?
Yes. As if you've been here before, you know how this works. One lucky winner is going to get two free tickets to game or games of their choice from the July virtual D&D weekend. Yes, I did it to myself there. I didn't change the date there either. Um, a couple quick reminders. First of all, you do need to be following this Twitch channel, the Baldwin Games Twitch channel, to be eligible. It's the way it works. The system doesn't work if you're not following. You can't win. You don't need to purchase anything. You don't need to subscribe. Just a free follow is fine. You don't need to be a subscriber and giving us money. Um, and do please pay attention to Twitch afterwards because that's the only way we reach out with you with the system. So the code word for this month is Realm Space. REALMSPACE. Realm Space. An honor spell jammer. Realm Space. Exclamation mark Realm Space. For exactly 20 minutes starting now.
Yay! I'm entered to give away. I just to show you how to do it. We're gonna redraw if we draw me, by the way. I did it, everybody.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited. So what are we going to be doing in July? I know that's what everyone's actually. So sorry, Adam. You do have to actually enter that on the Baldman Games Twitch channel, not on mine. It doesn't work on my channel. So uh, that is. Let me drop that for you there, though. That is twitch.tv/Baldman, if I could spell,
Man,
underscore games. Apologies for that. But yeah, everyone else is on the right channel. You're already doing the thing. But anyways, what are we doing in July? What games will people be able to sign up for on Tuesday?
so speaking of Spelljammer, and the reason I chose that code word, we're starting
Right,
Spelljammer.
we're
Spelljammer.
starting Spelljammer, but the book's not out yet.
It is not out yet. In fact, even the promised Spelljammer Academy adventures are not out yet. But because we asked really, really, really nicely, I did have to beg a little bit, and I think Dave had to beg a bunch more. But we have special advance access to the first two Spelljammer Academy adventures. These are 2-hour adventures. We've packaged them together into a single 4-hour block. There are 4 in total. We've got the first 2. They're designed to get your character from level 1 to level 5. I think the campaign starts at. So they act as like an introduction to the setting.
Yeah, I think that was right.
Yeah. So we've got the first 2 this month. You'll need a fresh level 1 character. I guess you could use an old level 1 character if you'd like. The Travelers of the Multiverse Unearthed Arcana is usable for character creation for this one thing.
With the caveat that if you use that, you're gonna have to update your characters later, but that's fine because that's the thing you can do.
Yeah, yeah. When the new book comes out, you'll need to update to the official version, the final version of the book.
And what
But
what campaign is Spelljammer part of?
it's part of the Forgotten Realms. This would be I guess season 12 if we were still using seasons, but we're not.
We're not jamming all of the things. We're only jamming a few of the things right now. We have a limited number of things to jam. Uh,
I'm so excited for this, despite, as far as I can tell, the absolute lack of battle dolphins so far, which I'm kind of sad about.
lacks so far, Spencer. Lacks so far.
So far.
Um, I mean, that's a great thing though. While we're going through the rest of this though, I really want to hear what Spelljammer thing you all are most excited for and why it is the most ridiculous shenanigans out there because Spelljammer is.
So the thing, just to like little sidebar, I'm super excited for Spelljammer. It's one of my 2 favorite settings in all of D&D, and I was pretty excited, but I didn't realize how excited everyone else was until doing the DM schedules this month, and like a third of our DMs were like, "I just want to run Spelljammer. Just give me nothing but Spelljammer," and I'm like, "You can't. Not everyone can do that. There's not enough tables." But
You're making my life doing the schedule very difficult.
I mean, I'd love to. So I put up a poll. It's an informal poll for our DMs, and they are so excited about this.
It's
So
because, Spencer, it is hashtag Spelljammer confirmed, and we have been waiting on this since 2015.
we really have. A couple of them put down that this is the most exciting thing since 5th edition started.
Yeah,
So not just me.
I don't know. I was excited for Eberron too. But if you like Spelljammer, you may have gotten a taste of Spelljammer before in the Stardock Under Siege epic from season 8. So that was a classic season 8 epic that was set in the realm space, and it's been updated a little bit now to fit with the new Spelljammer stuff. It's for tiers 1 through 3, so levels 1 through 16, and we're going to be running that in July. For those of you who just need more Spelljammer. Um,
Even
I loved that epic. I remember playing it at Winter Fantasy when I think it premiered there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even if you've played it before, I promise this run will be at least a little bit different than what you've played before.
Right.
I mean, Krishna promises. I'm not doing any of the work to update it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things out now already that are set in realm space. Like some of the Dreams the Red Wizard stuff is set in realm space. I may have written an epic set in realm space as well. It was really fun. All right, but we've got even more new stuff. Although this one is a repeat.
This is still, I mean, still new because the book's still not out. But
The
we are
book
bringing
is not
back.
out.
It's not. But we have brought back Journey to the Radiant Citadel. Words are hard. Our Journey to the Radiant Citadel preview. Salted Legacy is back for one more month. I mean, we'll probably keep running
Yeah.
adventures after.
Um,
Yeah, but
because for those of you who are unaware, the book was delayed until July 19th.
so we are still the only game in town. If you want to get a sneak peek, if you missed it last month, it's back this month. Again, we are the only place in the world you can play this right now. Tell your friends.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a great adventure. It's so much fun.
I also hope that we get to meet Large Luigi. Matchy done. Thank you. The Beholder Bartender on Brawl.
That would be
Yes.
amazing.
Ah, I always like the name.
But I mean, from Forgotten Realms, we have a whole other campaign settings, including Critical Role.
We do.
Ginny, why don't you tell us about Critical Role?
Well, Critical Role is like our alternate campaign kind of thing that we've got going on now. It's its own, thing. And if you play that, you get a kind of more intimate, cozy experience, as those are 5-player tables for all of our Critical Role adventures. We are doing some more Call of the Netherdeep for those of you who have gotten into that, or those of you who haven't quite been able to start it yet. We are running parts 1 through 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are 4-hour sessions. And if you haven't started it yet, and you're thinking that you might want to start it and get on that track, you got to do it now. This is going to be the last month that we are running parts 1 and 2, unless we get an outsized amount of demand for it. Um, Not to say that it won't ever come back, but for the time being, this is going to be our last run. uh, Critical Role. Darius 2, nobody needs that kind of logic around here. Faerun is in Realm Space too, technically.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct.
It is indeed the Forgotten Realms, um, as opposed to the Remembered Realms, the Sword Coast.
Actually, season 11 was set in the Feywild, so not in realm space because it's not on the prime material plane.
No. But yeah. So Netherdeep's after parts 1 through 4, we are running Netherdeep's part 5, A and B,
Yes,
which are
5
not.
APs where it gets a little bit messy. These are 2-hour sessions of the usual 4-hour sessions. They introduce a mechanic called factions. There is part 5A is just sort of a universal part. You play that first. It gives you a little bit of a taste of everything. And then there are 3 different part 5Bs, one for each faction. And you can play all 3 of them. If you can, you don't have to play all 3 of them, but you can. You have to play at least one of them. You can play
So
all of
is
them.
that like part 5B1, part 5B2, part 5B3? Like, how are we naming that? Or is it just part 5B faction name for
We have
simplicity?
faction name. We've got allegiance, consortium, and library. The allegiance of all site, the consortium of my brain has failed me. I've forgotten what they call themselves, and the library of the Cobalt Soul.
Yes.
Um, so those we've just shortened it down to just a one-word description for each one. So just pick the faction you want if you know, and if you don't, try them all out. You can play all 3. You don't have to decide until you're about to play part 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's when, not that things aren't already interesting at that point, but that's when you've kind of chosen your path in life as far as Critical Realm campaign goes, and you start to get really more in depth in the storyline there. And I don't want to get any spoilers for people who haven't read it, but like it gets really good. It gets really good.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
certainly.
parts 6 and 7 are also kind of interesting, right? So 6 is after you've chosen your faction, you've settled on it, and then it's also 2 hours. And then part 7, we're gonna bring you back to another 4-hour session there. And those two are both limited again to whatever faction it was that you decided to join. So yeah, we've got one more thing that we're winding down to make space for some new stuff, right?
There's so when I was doing the schedule, it was so tough because there's so many things that people love playing, and we just don't have enough DMs, enough tables, enough players to like run everything all at once. I know everyone's torn up every month. People are like, "Oh, I want to play so many different things, and there's not enough slots."
You gotta
So
do that meme where you take the sleep block out and you put the D&D block in.
right, yeah.
I'm not actually recommending that anyway.
So we are slowly phasing out older things to make room for newer things, and one of the things that is winding down is Strixhaven. We are almost done with Strixhaven. We actually, I mean, we've run all of it at this point. The tail end of year 3 is running again this month. It'll be the last time we're running year 3. So if you've not played it yet, the tail end of year three. That's year three, parts two and part three are running this month. We're also running the beginning part of year four. We kind of ran out of DMs before we got through all of it and slots. We have way too many slots this month. We'll be running year four again next year though. So next month rather. So if you are trying to get through Strixhaven, hurry up and get through it because it's next month is your last chance. Other than red carpets and things
Red
from time.
carpeting. If you've missed some of it and you want to just gather a group to get it all at a time of your choosing, that might be easiest for your scheduling sanity.
But going back to the Forgotten Realms, I think you mentioned the Red Wizards a little bit before, Ginny.
I
You have a
did mention the Red Wizards, but it is a crowd favorite, of course, the Dreams of the Red Wizards campaign, the Terminal Ambitions storyline. So that is adventures number 9 through 20. DDAL 9 through. I don't even know if they have the DDAL at the beginning of it anymore.
you know what? We got the new one this month, and it still has it. So
Okay, got the codes right still. Those are continuing to run, but we are winding it down. We have to. Um, you know, so those are if you want to play through those again, we do recommend jumping in on those sooner rather than later, as they are going to start disappearing. Um, we have the new Dreams of the Red Wizards intro mods for the next storyline that are available also this month. So those are four, four. Let me put my hands on screen here. Two and two, four. 2-hour mods that are going to introduce this new conflict that we have going on. So those kind of serve as a I don't know, an intro really for the whole campaign. Um, and they can suit for, they can kind of lead you into the first storyline, adventures 1 through 8 or 9 through 20, or, they kind of, for players who haven't done any of the Dreams of the Red Wizard, they're going to kind of give you the overall story there. And we have adventure number 1 this month. So, I know I said there were 4, but don't panic. You don't have to squeeze all 4 of them into your schedule this month. You still have room to play Spelljammer.
I mean, maybe there's a lot of other stuff.
If Spelljammer's not your jam, though, we've got some old stuff, right?
We do. We love the classics too. I mean, we love the new stuff, but we love
Oldies but goodies.
always but goodies. So because in that to that end, we have Tyranny of Dragons season one, the OG Adventurers League, continuing this month. We are running DDEX 0104. Actually, there's not a zero in there. I don't know why there's a zero. There's no zero. DDEX 104. Dues for the Dead. Again, which I think we ran last month, as well as DDEX 105, The Courting of Fire. We're going to be moving through these at a slightly more accelerated pace going forward. So if you've not jumped on board now's a great time. If you're not into Spelljammer, you're not in Critical Role, this is a great path for you.
Those are 2 really great adventures. I want to make an aside comment here is that I offered all season 1 content at MomoCon this year, so that was Memorial Day weekend, and my second run through, no, I wasn't DMing it, my second offering of it, we had 47 people on the wait list for Courting of Fire and 32 on the wait list for Deuce for the Dead, and they kept coming over there. You got any more at D&D? I've already played 1, 2, and 3. I gotta play these now. I'm like, no, there were so many of you who still wanted to play this. I'm sorry. But that said, that is one of my favorite seasonal storylines as well. So I am glad to see that coming back. For people who love Curse of Strahd, we still have Mitch Smithson, who is running some of that. That is DD Season 4, Adventurers League modules, not the book. Not the book. This is part of the Forgotten Realms, not the Ravenloft Mist Hunters. Again, those are 2 separate things that are exceedingly confusing. So your Mist Hunters characters, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, no go on this one here. This month, he is up to DDAL 04-08, the Broken One, and 09, the Tempter. And I know those are Those are pretty good ones. You're getting on into the storyline there, and things are getting juicy.
They are. They're short 2-hour mods, so we've packaged them together. I think into a. I think can package them into a single ticket. Maybe I'm not sure. They're 2 hours, so there'll be two in a slot.
And we've got some author sessions again.
We do because people keep telling us they want more author sessions, so I keep, you know, asking all our author friends who make adventures to come run them for us. So we've got Andy Debs back again. He is going to be concluding his current duology, which I don't think he gave a name to, but it's part two of two, as well as part one of one, part one of two. So we've got WBWDCAD01, while the where the wild where the wild woods. It's a tongue twister of a title. Thank you, Andy. As well as
Where the wild woods?
yes, too many double.
No.
Look,
Where
I
the
always
wild woods? Where the
look, I
wild woods?
English bad English, okay?
Don't
And
talk to me about Sally and her she shield though.
and also WBWDC 80 a natural disaster. First time it's being run with us, so that'll be both parts of this new, brand spanking new duology of adventures set in the Feywild from Andy. If you played his stuff before, you know how good it is. You should definitely play.
Andy, if you don't have a name for that duology, I recommend Into the Woods. It's that name's not taken by anything. Okay. But yeah. And for those of you who love that tier 4
Oh,
content.
I got before you get through.
Oh
There's one more.
wait, we got one more. Sorry, I'm sorry, I skipped it.
No, we've got one more. Brian Balagot. I think that's how you pronounce. I actually have never asked my friend's last name. I'm gonna say Balagot. If it's wrong, Brian, I'm sorry. Um, has is going to be finishing off his trilogy, which I have personally run and I love. WBWDC ANDLO 2 and 03. This is the Thin Veil trilogy. And this is part 2 and part 3, The Bleeding Veil and the Crossings of Fate. These are fantastic adventures. I just stumbled across. I didn't know Brian had written these two adventures until he was playing at my table, and he was playing an NPC from those adventures as his character. And that's how I found out that he wrote these.
Is it like the French pronunciation and we ignore the T? Balago?
Might be. I do not know. He doesn't have a French accent, so I have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced. I should ask him sometime. But anyway, they're really great adventures. I ran them, loved them. Didn't know he was the author. Like just never. I didn't know his last name at the time, so I didn't put one and one together. And then I found out. So these are fantastic adventures. If you played part one last month, definitely play part two and three.
Yes, yes.
That's before.
All right. Tier 4. Yes, Tier 4. For those of you who really love that Tier 4 content and can't get enough of it, Andrew Geesey is continuing to run those adventures. This month we have two Season 7 adventures and a Gamehole Con CCC adventure. So that is DDAL 0717, The Cauldrons of Sapphire, and DDAL 0718, Turn Back the Endless Nights, which was a little bit terrifying the first time I played it. And then CCC GHC BK3 09, A Convergence of Gods. That is from their previous season. I don't remember what that one's about. Huh. And for the opposite end of the spectrum from Tier 4, Learn to Play, right? We got some new, or no, we have some outgoing.
We do. So when we created our current Learn to Play experience, the idea was it would lead you into the Red Wizard's adventures. We built it that way on purpose. We grabbed some old Red War things to put in there, and we built it with a lot of care to try and get people into the Red Wizard storyline. But two things are happening. One, there is a new Learn to Play experience coming, courtesy of Wizards of the Coast, and also there's these new DRW intro mods. So it's time to retire our Learn to Play experience. These are really fun adventures. They consist of 3 2-hour adventures. The first one is the basics. It's a module called Sister of the Blade, written by my friend Andrew Brzezinski. And by friend, I mean like casual acquaintance, but he's a really cool guy. And he does live here in the Great White North. I have I have met him in real life. It's a great adventure. It is specifically designed to teach people the basics of how to play D&D, even if they've never picked up a D20 before. This adventure will teach them what to do with it.
Yes.
Uh, and then the intermediate, which has Thayan Peacekeeper, which will teach you more complex exploration and social things. And is, even if you don't need to learn how to play, it's still a really, really fun adventure. And then everything gets tied together. In the final one, the advanced module by the seashore, which again, you don't need to be learning to play it. It's a great, great adventure.
Sally. Sally's not involved in that at all. Not by the seashore or seashells. Uh, but if all of that wasn't enough, this month you can get some more of Spencer's random stuff. What do I mean by that? I mean Spencer's going to be running some games. We are doing Midwinter in July. Woo! Uh, and by that, Spencer's going to be running DDAL 00-4 Winter's Flame, which is, of course, a Christmassy themed adventure and super fun. Highly recommend that. That is a 2-hour adventure at Tier 2. Oh, look, he got the hat.
I forgot the hat. I forgot the hat before we started.
You couldn't put the hat on until I announced it. Anyways.
It's true.
All right. So that is July, and you can of course find all of the July stuff will be up uh, on baldman.link/July-grid. Is that live yet?
It is actually. I got all the links started beforehand.
It is live. Wow. I'm gonna drop that link then.
I sure
Uh,
hope it's yet.
yeah. Yeah. What's coming up for August and September? Hold on, let me answer Blue Turtles. Blue Turtle, any news on the new app that will replace the DCI system? So that is a great question. And as DCI has absolutely nothing to do with D&D Adventurers League anymore, I don't know the answer to it. You do not have to have your DCI number to participate in any Adventurers League events. So, but
But if you're just an awesome nerd.
yeah, mine's 121393778
I drop my card on the virtual tabletop every time.
I don't need my card. I know. I got a stamp though for
That's
mine. Yeah. But that's a great question. I'm gonna find out the answer to that just because.
actually haven't even heard about the app personally, so that's what you've been telling me.
Yeah, yeah. So what's coming up for August and September? First off, when?
Oh, so we have confirmed dates for August and September. The August virtual D&D weekend will be August 19th to 21st. That is 2 weeks after Gen Con, so there's just enough time to catch your breath and get caught up and get ready for that one. So that's that one. And then we've got the September one.
It's 2 weeks
It is
before Dragon Con too.
yeah, well that's the thing. We had to sort of like drop it between. We had to thread the needle and get it halfway between Gen Con and Dragon Con. So
Dragon Con
uh,
slash PAX West, yeah.
yes, like so many. It's the hard time of the year to plan a con because they just stack up. I
It's
think
the
Reaper Con
most
is number two.
wonderful time
Actually, at
of
the
the
same time as Dragon
year.
Con. I don't know. There's too many cons.
PAX,
Anyway,
yeah, PAX West and Dragon Con are always the same weekend.
yeah, I think Reaper Con might be that weekend. Anyway, there's too many cons. And September is better. September we've got September 16th to the 18th. That is a fairly firm date. I haven't gotten 100% confirmation on it, but it's what I've booked. So they better not change it. You should feel confident, assuming it's then. So those are the dates we have for now. We will get later. We'll get it for the rest of the year soon. TM.
All right. Cool,
But
cool.
if you've missed if you've missed content, if the content you can't make this month or the content that already left a previous month, is there a way to keep playing that content, Jenny?
There is a way to keep playing that content. And we mentioned it a couple of times the red carpet. So that is a way to request um, content that you want, right? So you find a group, you put your group together, you choose some adventures, you can choose a DM or not, and work on some times and sort all of that out. And one payment, one single payment, will go from your group to Baldman Games, and then everything will work out, and you can get your, your perfect schedule of 3 to 4 adventures that work out for you and your group, and just play whatever it is you want. So if you're like, gosh, my group and I really just have a hankering for these 4 adventures from season 2 that nobody will ever run for us, we'll do it. You just have to ask. We have to work the timing out for everyone, and then that's it. That's it. I've dropped the link for the red carpet there in chat. So that is it. What? I don't know what that first bullet point under that means, Spencer.
Oh, okay. So at this point, if you want to drop a red carpet for this month, we're to best effort mode. We've already assigned DM schedules. So if you submit one for this month, we have no guarantees we'll be able to make it work. We'll try.
This
Um,
month being July, by the way, not
July,
June.
being July, being the July virtual weekend. If you want to submit for August, feel free to go ahead. We don't have more details yet, but you can submit for August, September. We are at least right now, we are putting the cutoff date for submissions for guaranteed red carpet to be the Friday night before this stream. So before
So
the Friday night before the August stream will be the next cutoff.
yeah, so Friday night before tickets would go on sale for the previous one.
Yes.
So, if there's something that you and your group like this virtual weekend, you're like, God, we came up with this thing, we really want to play it. So you can um uh yeah, you can request to um you know play in them. DMs can request to run them. Um, and then we also have another very exciting thing, way to do this. What little program that we are calling Home Game in the Cloud. So that's for that more like ongoing thing, campaign, right? And that is currently in beta. We're going to be launching it in full this fall. And right now, you can set up a game with Matt Lane as part of our beta test, and we'll get some more information out there for you about how you can participate in that. So if you're just like, gosh, I really wanted to be involved in an ongoing campaign, but I don't know anybody to do that with, good
It's
news.
also great. It's also great if you wanted to play through all of Critical Role with the same group, or you wanted to play through all of Strixhaven with your friends.
Hmm.
You can book that with Home Game in the Cloud.
Yeah, I think that's super fun. Um, yeah, so we've already talked a little bit about that new Learn to Play that's upcoming, but you got some more details on that?
A little bit more details. I don't have a huge amount yet, but what I can tell you is that it'll be taken from the new starter set that Wizards of the Coast is releasing this summer. We'll be getting a special preview of it. I think at Gen Con, I believe, is when Gen Con is when we are getting our first sneak peek of it, and we will have it for the virtual weekend starting in August. I don't really know much about it other than it replaces the old starter set, Lost Mines of Phandelver. So as we're replacing that, it'll be our new Learn to Play, and it will be alongside the other two intro things.
Which are
Um,
which are
we've got the Spelljammer Academy adventures, which will serve as your lead-in directly into the Spelljammer campaign, and the DRW intro adventures, which will lead in as your alternate path to Dreams of the Red Wizards if you don't want to play through Spelljammer to get there. Um,
but you could.
you could absolutely. It's designed so that you can play your way. You don't like Spelljammer? Cool. Play the DRW intros and then play the next DRW storyline. You love Spelljammer? Great. Skip the DRW intros and play Spelljammer. Both ways work. Speaking of,
Yeah,
what
CB
for the main,
CB Chalmers, which I always want to be like Superintendent Chalmers. Anyways, DRW Int 01 shows levels 1 to 4, but I think you said that it was supposed to be for new or existing first level characters. Yes,
yeah. So it's designed that you're supposed to play through them in order. Um, uh,
I'm sure you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to play through them in order. The module I have says level 1 to 4, but then I've also been told you're supposed to play through them in order from 1 through 4.
Yeah,
So
so
I'm
the recommendation is part 1 at level 1, part 2 at level 2, part 3 at level 3, part 4 at level 4. And, to preserve the balance and integrity of what the designers and story plotters planned out, that's what we would definitely recommend. Um, Now, of course, if someone doesn't read and shows up with something else, we're probably not going to turn them away. But definitely the preference is to start it out at the beginning like everyone else, and we'll all kind of grow together along that storyline.
exactly.
Let's see. Strixhaven. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one since you just talked a
Yeah,
bunch.
yeah.
As we mentioned before, years 1 and 2 are done. Unless you're doing a red carpet, there will be no more. Um, the final month for year 3 is July, and year 4 is going to wrap up in August. So we're tying this up with a nice bow before we get into all of our fall content. We are also, for that season 1 Tyranny of Dragons stuff, continuing to run those adventures there. And we got our big finale planned for the late fall. So we'll do 1 to 2 more adventures every month. So we're getting along in it right now. We're all the way up to 4 and 5. So then we'll have 5 and 6, 6 and 7, 7 and 8.
Probably
I
gonna
think
accelerate a bit.
maybe a little bit, yeah, to get it all
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Um,
There's something happening in the late fall that we might get this done in time for.
we might just do 6 and 7 next month, and then 8 and 9, and then 10 and 11, and be done. Actually, there's only 10, right? 12, 10, 10, 12, 10.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think there's 12.
I think there's 12. I think there's 12.
I think there's 12. If I'm wrong, it's okay. Um, yeah, so that is, I've scrolled up on my thing. So that's Tyranny of Dragons. Where are we going with Curse of Strahd stuff?
Same thing. Mitch is doing a little better at getting through his adventures in a reasonable amount of time. So he's continuing to run 1 to 2 adventures per month. And again, different adventures every month. If you miss them, they're gone. Though he's trying to wrap up a little bit sooner because he'd like to be done for Liar's Night, or as they call it here, Halloween.
We've had
Uh,
we've
for
had
no,
two
no,
bots trying to sell us viewers. Clearly,
geez,
we're getting somewhere.
that's
Moving
good.
up in the world.
I can't imagine what we might have planned for Halloween. There's definitely nothing evil.
Halloween.
Definitely not anything evil.
Halloween? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Never. We would be
Wait till
doing Halloween. I believe I'm unfamiliar with the term. Do you mean Liar's Night?
Liar's Night. Yes, yes. I believe there might be some plans for Liar's Nights. You should wait till you see Spencer's random thing for October.
Maybe I'm a bot. If you hold up something and you put a grid on it and ask me to identify all of the motorcycles, I can do that.
There are 14. Thank you, Jalexam. I can confirm I am in fact a bot. I'm a really complicated. It's a really complex bot.
It's true. He's our resident AI.
And
Yeah. So Netherdeep as well. This is the final month for parts 1 and 2. Parts 3 and 4 will be ending in August, and part oh, we're introducing parts 8 and 9 in August. I was like, how are we ending 8 and 9 in August as well?
oh yeah, that's
Um,
yeah. I have to
so
very, very quickly.
I got thrown off with most Canadians are bots. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good. That was good. Well done. Uh, all right. And as always, Spencer, what is our reminder?
Our reminder is that while we do our best with these 3 month plans, they are just plans and are to change. They're what are called guidelines, not actual rules. The further we go, the more likely things are to change. That we do our best to stick as close to it as we can. Part of it's up to you guys. If you really push hard, sometimes things stick around longer, and if you stop by tickets, we sometimes get rid of it a little bit sooner.
Yeah, if
Uh,
you show us clearly you're not interested in it, then we take the message.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for that 3 month outlook on things, you can as always find that at baldman.link/3-month, which I have just dropped in chats. It helps if I hit enter on the second chat that I dropped it in. Apologies over there. SpencerBot is indeed fueled by Temes and poutine.
And lots of caffeine. I'm not going to tell you how much caffeine I've had in the last 48 hours, but it's enough to kill a small child.
More pirate themed adventures. I believe you're looking for the Moonshades then. Um, would you
Spelljammer, space,
so
pirates in space.
Spelljammer, Pirates in Space, Moonshades, Spelljammer, the epic there in season 7. There's some other good stuff too. Arr, matey. Yeah. Redbeard, the Pirate King, would probably be able to tell you which ones are the pirate adventures. I'm just a guess, hazarding a guess there.
And just wait till Speak Like a Pirate Day. If any of you were around last Speak Like a Pirate Day, I was speaking like a pirate all day and posting sea shanties in chat in our Discord servers all day long. So
All right. All right. Now, for what you've all stayed here so long to find out, our winner. And that is showing up in chat right now. And congratulations to Blue Turtle 79.
congratulations.
Yeah, please stick around, watch your little private messages. That's up in the corner near where your name button is. You'll get a little message from someone as to how to do that. All right, excellent. All right, and then, as always, if you for some reason somehow have not, oh yeah, Saltmarsh, duh, that is also pirate. I have not joined the BMG community. There are numerous ways to do that. Spencer, that still has June ticks, and I just copy pasted that.
Well, I mean, I don't have the July ticks thing set up yet, but it'll be
Yeah.
July.
Anyways, though, if you're looking for tickets, that will shortly be available at baldman.link/July-Tix, T-I-X. You can, as always, find more information on the Baldman Games events over on our webpage at baldmangames.com. You can find our calendar at baldman.link/calendar. That has all of our events, including these streams that we're doing, when tickets go live, any conventions that we're doing, any other streams that we're doing, etc., etc., etc. You can join our Discord community, which is the best place to get involved, and that is discord.gg/bmg. That is also the best place to harass the Spencer bot.
It is where I'm hosted. Yes, I'm hosted on that server.
I thought you were hosted on Ted's private server.
I'm actually hosted on all servers everywhere.
Shh, we're not supposed to tell everyone that. You can follow us on all of our social medias. You can also subscribe to our Twitch if you'd like. That's what you're watching right now. You don't have to give us your real money. You can give us your Amazon Prime money, or you could just follow because that's free. Um, but the more that we get, the more that we're able to do, and we really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to our YouTube, which is free. That's baldman.link/YouTube. You can follow us over on Twitter at Baldman Games, on Facebook at Baldman Games as well. And on Facebook, if you like to get things in your inbox, on our little Facebook page, and I think also on the Facebook group, there's a little tab that says newsletter, and you can join our MailChimp newsletter there.
We promise we will not spam you with crap.
No, I have to remember to send the newsletters. So at most you get one a month, but really you get one like every 3 months.
I was gonna say I think I've gotten like 6 total since I signed up.
It's quarterly at best. I'm sorry. I'd have to like plan them and schedule them out, but then we don't have the information to put in them, so it just doesn't happen. But you'll get one when things are very important and there's a lot of information to convey. That way you can have it somewhere that you can easily reference that's not Discord.
Or just like having to like scroll back to these VODs afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. But that said, yes, so our upcoming event is July 8th through 10th. You can get that grid shortly now at.
Yep.
Oh,
The grid is baldman.link/July-grid. It's up and running. It works. I tested it.
all right. And if you have any, thanks for the follow. If you have any, uh, suggestions for streams, events, or anything else, or comments on how to keep our brain running without massive amounts of caffeine, you can tweet to us. You can join that Discord community, and you can tell us there, yeah, no, he didn't mean to link June dash ticks. I just yelled at him about that.
Yeah.
July dash ticks will be the link. It is not quite live. That is so last month. Seriously, Spencer, stop trying to make it happen.
I figured having the schedules done before updating all the leaks was important.
Alrighty.
Load.
Is Ted here? Is Ted here to message Blue Turtle?
I don't. I think if he's not, he should be here very soon.
All right. Blue Turtle, if the message doesn't appear right away, Ted has to do that because Ted has all of the information and he was running a smidge late. But we will get the information to you today, so that you can go ahead and look at that grid, pick out 2 things that you want to do because you get 2 tickets. It could be 2 at the same table if you want to play with a friend, however you want to do it. And then once we get that information to you, we'll sort that out.
And they work for any game you can play, an epic, critical
role.
anything.
Anything regardless of the price point there. Ontario in realm space. Unknown.
Actually, no. Canonically, no, because if you go back and read the really old stuff, it's different crystal sphere. Earth is in its own different crystal sphere.
So no, definitely not.
Does it canonically exist in D&D though?
I know it does. That said, though, brains do not run without caffeine, and Spencer and I both have a lot to do, so we're gonna go caffeinate some more and get all of those things done so that we can continue to bring amazing things to you all. And that is it for this episode of the Baldman Games announcement stream. If you have any questions, send them to us on Discord. We'll get to them.
Yes, I will be on Discord all night probably.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Darius, uh, George, everyone else who just said bye. New York City may or may not be realm space. It's all very nebulous, spherical. But anyways, goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Good night.